Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi!
As Billy's like, get the kids, go, move, go. We
I
are
know.
we are live, guys. Come on in, say hello. I don't know if y'all can take both of our energies together in the same room, but come on in, say hello. We'll say hello to everybody. We'll introduce Bailey to you, and I forgot to ask um, how to pronounce your last name. I'm guessing it's Emity.
100%. You say it like the letters MOD.
Got it.
It's
Love it.
Hungarian.
Love it. I love that. All right, let's say hello to people. Hello, Phyllis. Thank you for being here. Karen, hello. Yes, my blessed day. I love it. Hello, Cindy. Top of the day to y'all. Thank you. Tia, thank you. Leticia, hello. Good to see you. Irma, another fellow Illinoisan. Thank you. Irma is in Sterling, Illinois, where I was at for my
I don't
married
think I
life.
know where that.
Sterling is 2 hours away from Chicago, and it's an hour north of DeKalb.
Okay, so it's opposite side of me. Okay.
Opposite side of you. Right. Hello, Janine. Thank you. Chris, good to see you. Another Midwesterner. Debbie, hello. Joanne, hello. Thomas, hello. Ronnie, hello. Kim, hello. Everybody, come on in. Say hello. So I have to tell you, I have been waiting for this for months to have you on a live. You're shaking your cream. I'm going to shake my protein shake. I'm so excited to have you here. Guys, Emily is, look at this cookbook. I've been talking about it all week. All week I've been talking about it. And you have done an amazing job. I cannot believe 1.9 million likes. 1.9 million likes. How did you do it, Bailey? How did you do it?
Um, Honestly, honesty. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like, I think my biggest thing is like I show people that I'm human and I screw up and I'm honest with them. I tell them, listen, you guys, I'm just some mom from Chicago that like I have some talent and I went with it. Like I grew up so much of my life not believing in myself that I was so fed up one day. I'm like, forget it. I'm done not believing. Let's do this. Let's finally believe in ourselves.
Right. And why baking? Who taught you, or what did you be like, I can do this with baking?
So when my twins turned one, we had lost baby prior to our twins. And so when they turned one, I was like, I really want to celebrate that they're one. We knew we were pregnant with our third one. We weren't telling anybody we were pregnant yet. And I was like, I really need to do something big. Well, everywhere I went, I was like, the cakes are awful. They don't taste good. They don't look good. And they want like $1,000 for these. I bet I can do this.
Right.
Being one of those people, like, I can totally make that. Turns out I can. And so friends started being like, oh, will you make our cakes and stuff like that? And so I started making other people's cakes and they're like, oh, will you make mine? And then I had a friend be like, you do know you can make a business out of this. I was like, like when I started like the whole like cake boss and all of this, I was like, everybody and their mothers say theirs. And then it just so happened my girlfriend Kelly was like, all right, we're doing it. She sat down, she made a website. You're like, you have a company. Okay.
Now I know why you call it Sweet Threes, but I don't think everybody else knows why you call it Sweet Threes.
So I have 3 daughters. I have twin 12-year-olds and a 10-year-old, and it's named after my sweet little 3. Although currently we're in the teenage phase, and it should be Mama needs a drink phase. Mama 3.
Yeah, I remember when I was with my not my ex, but not my ex-husband, but my ex before that for 12 years. Let me just tell you, when I met his 4 and 8-year-old, it was great. The moment they hit 11 and 12, I'm like, oh my God. And then when both of them were on their moon time at the same time,
Mm-mm.
and they
I'm either their best friend or their worst enemy. Like I am like, Mama, you love you, love. I hate you.
right, exactly. It's exactly. Just crazy. Hi, everybody that came in. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
So you had a dream,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally pardon me, y'all, I'm about to swear. You all manifested the shit out of this. I mean, I am so proud of you. So, so proud of you. This is phenomenal. I'm telling you, I wish you all the best. And you are real. You guys, I ate the damn scone. I was trying to save it for Sunday, but we couldn't. We couldn't save it. That night, it's like it's gone. John and I just split it in half. I'm like,
Did
God.
you ever get any of the chocolate pretzels? Because I remember he was hoarding them.
No, I got more. I'm sure he's watching while he's picking up his kids today. No, I got maybe a handful, but they were delicious. They were just, you guys, you have to check out the book. I mean, somebody asked, is it available? Can I get the book on Amazon? It is
Not yet. It is.
Yeah.
It is impossible to sell on Amazon. Plus, I don't trust. I have OCD really bad. I don't trust that you're going to get a quality book packaged and anything. Whereas if I can make sure it comes from me to you, so I have a website, and it's sweet3s.com. So it's SWEET3s.com, and you can order everything from there because I had a lady just get her book and UPS destroyed the book. She said it came in 2 pieces, half the pages were missing. I instantaneously went back to UPS and sent her a new one. I want to make sure that I'm giving you quality.
Right. And there it is, guys, www.sweet3s.com. So
Did I tell you that's the coolest thing? Like, I never thought I'd have a domain. Like, I own my name now. Like, it's just like,
awesome. I just think
God.
that's awesome. I think that's awesome. So how did you had an idea, your girlfriend helped you with the website, and you just went to TikTok and started showing people how to bake?
Well, so I originally just was word of mouth in my area, moms of moms. I was on all the mom Facebook pages and people would hire me out. I got in with, I have a friend that owns a restaurant. And so I do his catering stuff. And so it got word of mouth. He's one of those guys that knows somebody who knows somebody. So he kept sending my name to people and I kept on doing promotional things for people. Well, I was doing great. And then I also, my husband's a firefighter. So, sorry, he's a fire chief. So all the local fire departments were using me to do their promotional cakes and stuff like that. So then the firefighters were hiring me. I know, right? I was bored. I made that cake because I was bored. Oh, that was Papa's birthday. And then the pandemic hit and I lost 80% of my business. And let me just tell you, it weighed on me. And I was literally packing things up. I was closing doors. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. People don't trust home bakers.
Right.
And one of my husband's firefighters was like, Bailey needs to go on TikTok. And I had an account. And it was literally to make fun of my children and embarrass them. Like if you guys go back to like the beginning.
That's hysterical. That is hysterical.
There's some embarrassing stuff. Hilarious. I own it. That's who I am. I'm fine with it. But so I went on TikTok and my very first baking video was, hey, I'm a baker. I almost closed my business. I don't want to close my business. You tell me what to bake and I will teach it to you. So I did that. But at the same time, I was real with people. I said, listen, I don't have 70,000 pots and pans. Pause while I go wash this dish. Hang on, I don't have a steamer. This is how I make a steamer. This is how I do it. And then I showed people that I was human. So like I've made fudge a million times, every which way. And someone goes, can you make eggnog fudge? And when I tell you I effed up fudge, new people can do better than I did. And I've made it 1,000 times. And I showed people, I was like, look at, I screwed it up. But then I went back and I was like, listen, this is how I screwed it up. This is why I screwed it up. And then I talked about every aspect of baking because people are like, well, I can't do this. I go, listen, I can make the same cookie 17 days in a row and I'm going to get 17 different cookies.
Right.
Your mood, your behavior, your environment. And so I just started teaching people that every element of the weather, where you're at. And like I said, I've made cookies 2 days in a row and it rained one day and it was dry the next. And they were completely different. And people were like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I started breaking it down. And then I was honest. I was like, listen, I don't have other people baking my stuff for me and then being like, here, let me go get the finished product. This is me. And I think because I showed people that I'm a real person and that I'm just like you, because I am. I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just obnoxiously outgoing. I'm loud. Um,
That's why I love you. That's why I love you.
So, but I've been told my entire life, you're too loud, you're too much, go sit in the back, sit down, shut up, you're too, to the point where people had me on Ritalin because they didn't want me to be myself. Bailey, and it was funny when I was on your live the other day, you did Tauruses and you were like bulls in a China shop. I go, in my mind, I'm like, if you knew how many times people told me, God, she's such a bull in the China shop. She's so loud. She's so much like, now I'm just like, yeah, you're damn right I am. This is who I am. You don't like how loud I am? Turn down your freaking volume.
You know what? Here's an interesting thing. Look what you're just inspiring me to do. We should do a workshop called Turn Up the Volume.
Yes!
Turn up the volume. Wouldn't that be awesome? We could do it on Zoom. We could talk about how to step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Because what you don't know, you're like, oh, well, Elias, what do you know? Well, both of us adopted, both of us having issues. I mean, I don't know about you, but abandonment issue is huge for me. And, when a friend leaves, I'm like, and both of us are earth signs. So you're Taurus, I'm a Capricorn. So it is, there's so many. We both went to Loyola, everybody. Both went to Loyola. And we both believe in education.
Yes.
It is not the whole, guys. Yes, you all know that I do the woo-woo work. Yeah, okay. Elias is good at this and this and this and this, but is the teaching piece. It's the teaching piece because what's the old saying? You give somebody a fish, they have a meal for the evening. You teach someone to fish, they have dinner forever or whatever it is.
And I don't feel that you have to have a traditional education behind it because when people are like, oh, where did you learn to do all this? I go, the street of hard knocks. I learned you don't have to, just because I've had people be like, well, why should I listen to you? You're not famous. You're not professional. You're not this. No, I am professional, but I've learned probably in a better way than most people. I learned by screwing up. I learned by learning what it's like to use the bare minimum, to use the cheap stuff, to use the good stuff. I've learned to be myself through it and to like who and what I am. And I've learned what I like and what I think goes well together, not just because you, Gordon Ramsay, say these two flavors go together, that it should go together. No, what makes him, I mean, okay, he is a freaking expert, but you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But why can't I be the same level of understanding as him just because I'm not on a TV show?
And look at Rachel Ray. She had no formal training.
Cheese.
Right. And look what Cheryl says. They said a lady should excel in one room in the house. The kitchen isn't my room, but watching Bailey, I feel hope.
Thank you. And can I tell you, the kitchen isn't my best room. It just happens to be where I'm more passionate about. Like, I have OCD so bad. Like, people are like, my God, you should teach people how to clean. No, I want to teach people how to bake.
But I have to tell you, if she was to open up her cupboard, if you didn't see that video, she opens up her cupboard, all those measuring spoons and everything. I'm telling you, you and my husband, John, we're probably separated at birth. Because John's the same way. If you go into John's mansion, look at that, you guys. Look at that. That's amazing. That is amazing. Simple, easy breezy, right?
It's so like my pride and joy.
If I went into John's man shed, he's got all the different kind of nails in this Tupperware thing, but it's Velcroed on top of a board. So all you do is you unscrew it and it's there. I mean, it is
man after my own heart.
Yeah. And Astrid's like, I don't recognize half of it. Lisa says, I love that. Thank you. Now I have ideas. Exactly. And that's why we're here, guys, because we have, both of us have effed up. We've effed up and we teach through that effing up. And that's the part when you feel it That's how you manifest. By celebrating your dreams, you can feel that stuff. You can say, like Denise Lynn, who is an amazing motivational speaker, and she's recognized medicine woman, blah blah blah, all this stuff. She said on her Facebook post the other day, I look for people that have gone into the hellhole and taught how they crawled their way out. They have
Well, and I
made
think
the
with that
mistake.
you need to show people that like I'm not out all the way. I'm constantly falling back and crawling out again.
Right.
Like I just had a whole period where I have like 2 videos. So I'm doing this baking advent right now on my TikTok. Like I have my last 2 videos I posted, and 90% of the comments is what's wrong with Bailey? She doesn't look right. Because I'm not my same energy. Because during that whole time of doing those videos, I had an extremely toxic person come into my life, and it pulled all the joy out of who I am. And so I'm working my way back out. I'm trying to crawl my way back out. I think too many people think, oh, they're at the top, they never slip. No, I'm constantly slipping back and trying to work my way out. There's always something. Just because you're at the top doesn't mean you don't have more to work on and more to develop. Like,
it's always reinventing. We are
yes.
always reinventing ourselves, you guys, and that's the important piece. And I wanted Bailey to come on and just show you all that anything is possible. I mean, y'all hear about me talking about my mom and dad. They always said never take no for an answer. I mean, a 46-year-old and a 56-year-old adopting a kid at their age, an 18-month-year-old going to Greece. I mean, they're Chicagoans, you guys. I mean, to get an out of country baby in the 60s, unheard of. Unheard of. But they did it in 4 months. My mom said never take no for an answer. And I don't. And look at what she says. The higher the climb, the longer the slide. Brush off and climb again. So true. So true.
Yep.
It's the struggles that can create the foundation. That's so true. That is so true. Now, because of our, I know the kids are out and your husband just took them out, but smooth sailing doesn't create skilled sailors. I love
So
that.
wait, hey, we have a moment to recognize the quiet in my house really fast. Listen. No one. No one.
And you've got dogs too, don't you?
I do. I have a dog, 2 guinea pigs, and an eyelash crested gecko. And the guinea pigs are being fed. The dog is gone. It's quiet.
Quiet. Lisa says, from corporate world to cosmetologist, lupus, and now starting my new business all at 57 years old.
Good girl.
Yes. Way to go. Way to go. And that's the important part, guys, is to say yes to you. When you say yes to you, God, or you prefer universe, or you say spirit, whatever works for you. When you say yes to you, I believe that God's like yes back. We stop ourselves, just like a toxic person that came into your life. It's not that, and here's a really good point to listen, you guys. It's not that they took stuff from us. We gave it. We gave it. We are in charge of our own empowerment. And when I was with 2 narcissists and married the 3rd one, I gave away. They didn't take it from me. I gave it away. I completely gave it away. Hello, Tina. Thanks for being here. Cindy says, I'm a cook and now I'm not loving it anymore. I think it's the situation I'm in. My dad used to say, there's no in our house. Yes. And here's my mom would say, if you don't cook with love, the food's going to taste like shit. Well, she didn't say shit. My mom never swore. She swore once. She said the word. She goes, ooh.
I am definitely not your mother then.
Yeah. My mom was like, she talked about her sister-in-law. She goes, oh, I don't know why she's being such a, I go, what, Mom? Because I'm like, what is she trying to say? And she's like, a bitch. I'm like, mother. And she goes, I know, I'm so sorry. It was the first time I ever heard her swear. I think I was 28 years old. Never did this woman swear. So Jackie O. It was like, and everything had to be perfect. I'll share a little cooking story. So being Greek on New Year's, I should share this recipe with you. It's really damn good. And
you better, because then I'll have to make it. Hello.
Yeah. On New Year's, we make a traditional dish. It doesn't sound fancy, everybody, but listen, it's chicken with macaroni. And the macaroni isn't the elbow macaroni. It's the macaroni that it's thinner than the kind that you find in the Greek lasagna, thinner than the pasticho. It's long macaroni, and it's cheese in the bottom of the pan, macaroni, and then you brown the butter till it almost burns. So you put the cheese on top, put the butter on it, and then keep on layering it. Meanwhile, the chicken that has marinated 24 hours in salt, pepper, garlic, and lemon juice, then you brown it. After you brown it, then you put in, remember those big old-fashioned pots that were like this big? My mom used to cook 90 pieces of chicken in tomato sauce, cinnamon sticks, and then you just poured all the marinade in there as well, and you let that stew. So it's like a chicken stew. Then she used to scoop out the sauce, and to, like, everybody would be, oh, well, you put flour, cornstarch. No. My mom would take, so you still have that cinnamon taste. She would take Zwabek cookies, those biting cookies, and crush them up, and then make that sauce, the gravy for it. So you have chicken, macaroni, and gravy. It's delicious with mezito cheese.
I love that.
So good. Anyway, so my mom used to say that you have this dish, and she goes, it's a tradition. It's a tradition that you make, and you make it with love. And everything was made that way. But she hated, like me. I don't know about you. Do you like chopping and dicing and slicing? I can't stand it. I can't stand it. My mom used to rip the lettuce, right? So she's like, shh, come here. I go, oh no, what are we doing? She's like, close the door. I don't want your aunts to look. I'm like, okay. She's like, go wash your hands. Now, my mom, at 19, I started to help her cook more because my mom had a lazy eye, and she had not tunnel vision, but it's like someone took a finger and put it right there. She could only see the out of the sides. So she's like, you got to help me. She's like, wash your hands up to your elbow. I'm like, what? She's like, all the way up. I'm like, what are we doing? She's like, we're making the salad. I go, we are not tossing the salad with our arms.
Yes,
she's like, yes. So olive oil, oregano, the tomatoes, the lettuce, the cucumber, the feta, and I'm sitting there doing this and mixing the salad that way. And she's like, okay. I go, and now she goes, now don't put your hands. She's like, use a tong to put. I'm like, why don't we use the tongs in the first place? She's like, no, you need to bring your love into everything.
Yes. So most people get grossed out, but like, I go elbow deep when I make my cookies. Now, mind you, I'm making times 8 most of the time. You know what I mean? People are like, see my videos, like, oh my God, she used her hands. I look at them. I'm like, what do you think is happening at these restaurants, people? Where do you think you guys go? Like, every chef, there is love and spit in everything you eat, because every chef tastes everything. Like, my hands, my blood, sweat, and tears, my passion, I get elbow deep because that's the only way to feel it. Your hands are your best mixers.
Right. And for the woo-woo people, listen, guys, your heart chakra, your heart energy is in here. This is one of the chakras. I forgot, there's more than just the 7, guys, but this is connected to your heart energy. Those of you that do Reiki, when you're doing Reiki, it's coming from, source through your heart and out through your hands. That is divine energy. Stephanie says this is getting deep. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it is so true. I am hands-on too. Yeah, you have to be. Look at anybody. If you looked at some of the old world cooks, chefs, you're gonna see, like Bailey said, that they put everything in there. They put everything in there. They are the best mixers. Yes, they true. Your hands are the best mixers. They so are true. Tina says,
so my jeweler, I have a girlfriend that's my jeweler. She fixes my rings. She actually goes, I watch your videos now. I go, what for? Because I've threatened you. If you don't take your GD ring off of your hand when you're mixing, because she's had to fix my diamond multiple times. She goes, you had 17 videos in the last month with your ring on. She was like, take your ring off. I'm like, I'm sorry. My bad.
That's funny. We're going to open up for some questions, guys. Do you have any cooking questions? Do you have any baking questions? Do you want to know, Like I have to tell you, I wanted so bad. I wanted so bad to do this today. I mean, I don't know what it is about pumpkin. I mean, I know it's not just Thanksgiving for me, but I love it. I love it. Have you been to Culver's? Have you ever gotten the pumpkin?
Have I? You
No,
know where I live?
I know where
Excuse.
you live. I know where you live. But wait, I go to Culver's and back when I lived in Illinois and I asked for I asked for the pumpkin, frozen custard. And then I'm like, oh, could you put a side of hot fudge?
Yeah.
Give me a
Hello.
side of hot fudge. Guys, pumpkin and hot fudge, delicious.
That's why my pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, whose were they? I think they're Ashlyn's favorite cookie. My one daughter, like I labeled my daughter's favorite things in there. They're all like, we're famous now. I'm like, no, your name's in a book. You're
Yeah, I mean, this is like those soft baked sugar cookies. I mean, I cannot look at this, you guys. Look at this. Pumpkin crinkle cookies. Oh my God. These are Molly's favorite.
Those are Molly's. Molly will she hides them. I'm like, Molly, you can't hide the cookies. She's like, they're mine. Stop it. Well, and most pumpkin things, so now to the naysayers, yes, most pumpkin things have ginger in them. So, if you want to put ginger in them, fine. My recipes will rarely ever have ginger in them because I am like stupid allergic to ginger. So,
really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you, would you substitute nutmeg?
Nutmeg and cinnamon, or I just omit it from my recipes and I'll like tell people, I'm like, this is where you would put it in, but
right. Okay. Let's see. Let's open up the floor for some questions, guys.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay. I am a cook. I have a difficult time with baking. Exact measurement, cooking, I season when my Italian ancestors say enough.
Okay, so with baking, I very much say I bake with the amounts that are in my heart. So baking is an art, but there's a science to the art. When it comes to your levelers, your sodas and powders and stuff like that, that's when it needs to be perfectly measured. Everything else, bake with your heart. People are like, well, how many chocolate chips does it have? Well, how many the hell do you
gotta be
want
kidding. You got
like
how many chocolate chips?
The bag or four?
Right.
More chocolate chips than batter, please.
Yeah.
So when it comes to levelers, that's when you need to be perfect. And here's the biggest hint that I'm going to teach everybody right now. The biggest secret in baking: never scoop your flour into your measuring cup because it compacts. Flour should never be compacted. Scoop your flour into your measuring cup with another spoon and then level it off. Never press it in. That's what people's number one screw up in baking is. Hands down.
That is a great tip. How many of you knew that? How many of you knew that? Raise your hand. Now, somebody just asked, let's see. Bailey, do you have sugar cookies with the sprinkles in your book? Does she have sugar cookies with sprinkles?
Do I have sugar cookies, but not with the sprinkles? So with the sprinkles, are you talking about funfetti cookies? Because I just did a video on funfetti cookies that's in there. Because that's my next book is going to be called Let's Get Our Holiday On. And that's going to be in my birthday section.
I love that. Oh, I love that. It's your next book. I love it.
So the Let's Get Our On is the theme of my trilogy of books. So the next one is Let's Get Our Holiday On. And the one after that is going to be Let's Get Our Savory On.
Love it. Pumpkin and cinnamon. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to make potato latkes tonight. Bailey has given me a courage. Oh, yes. And whoever's celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. And wait, hang on. Look. Wait. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know. Hang on, everybody. Because I did it for TikTok, but let's see if I can do it for you guys.
Is that a sprinkle?
No, but it's my friend gave me this and she's like, I know you're not Jewish, but I know you would love this. Ready? Here we go.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Dreidel, I made you out of clay. Dreidel, I don't know the rest of the words. Okay. So that is...
All right, Cheryl, I have to tell you, my daughters we make latkes. We're not Jewish, but we make latkes every Hanukkah because we love them. Um, and my daughters will run around singing the Laka song. I can't even begin to, and I don't want it in my head. But with your latkes, heat your oil first. You can girl, you got this. You totally got this. You can do it. Heat your oil first and drop a tint of your latke in first, and it starts to go. But you want your oil hot. That's my biggest thing. And put your love into them because latkes are so freaking good.
You got this,
Can I
Cheryl.
come over?
You got
Where do
this.
you live, Cheryl? I don't have dinner planned.
Cheryl's not in Illinois. She's not in
Dang
Illinois.
it.
Yeah, I know. Laura says, love your recipes and your enthusiasm. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to New Mexico from New Jersey, I'm having a hard time with elevation.
Okay. So your big thing with elevation, wait, is she going down in elevation or up in elevation? Don't make me be a geographer.
New Jersey, I think she's going up, I think, right? Right?
Is it up in elevation?
Janine, are you going? Janine, Janine. I'm okay.
Yeah, I need to know what way it's going.
Ginger. Hi, Ginger Perrick. Ginger. Okay. Can I share your recipe, Ginger? Can I just share? I'm not going to share the whole thing, but Ginger told me how to make a better pumpkin pie than it is on the label. Let me know if I can share it. Okay. So we'll wait for the elevation. What is the best pan for baking cookies?
Anything with parchment paper. Don't use, I hate silicone. Silicone changes your baking time. But anything with parchment paper is your buddy. Like it honestly is. And it's not pans, it's knowing your oven, where your heating coils are. That's what's going to change it. Like my heating coils are on the bottom. So I hate cooking anything on my bottom rack. My middle and my top are my buddies. So it's not your pans, it's your oven.
Phyllis says I overbeat the dough. My mom said. I know. I gave Phyllis a reading, and I'm just like, oh my God, your mom is telling me that you're making her cookies, but you're overbeating your. I'm like, I'm just telling you what she's saying. And she's saying she's funny.
Phyllis says, use your hands and you'll be able to tell better. Use your hands. Even if it's a wet batter, use your hands. You'll be able to tell better.
And guys, stay because we have a giveaway. We have a special giveaway. So please stay. Thank you. And you're
going up in elevation. Okay. So the biggest thing is your bake times are going to change. And your baking soda and baking powder. Don't use baking soda or baking powder that you brought from New Jersey. Buy new stuff that has sat in the elevation. I know it seems weird and people will be like, that doesn't matter. It does. It completely does. And it's going to be your bake times are going to change. So based on your new oven, you know what, Janine? I'm probably saying your name wrong. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube or Facebook, message me and I will 100% work out whatever recipe I got you, girl.
I love that. Ginger said I could share this. So here's what her mom does. I'm not going to give the whole thing because I don't remember the whole thing. But like the Libby on the label, that big can, it says to use 2 cans of condensed milk. Ginger's mom only used 1 because then it makes it more custardy.
Yep. And here's the trick. Try do that and throw an extra egg yolk in it. Just saying. You want to talk about rich? Add an extra egg yolk.
Who knew?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. Serena, good to see you. No, you're not late. You're all good.
Late. Welcome.
Bailey's new book. And here's Serena's from a little bit from my area. She lives in Portland, Oregon, and you know that I'm in Washington, so she's about half an hour away. Her husband, Italian, they make gelato. And they have a corporate kitchen where they make gelato. I know.
Girl, do you need some cookies for your gelato?
Cookie dough gelato?
Or cookie sandwiches?
Yes. Look at how that cookie gelato sandwiches. I told her, I'm like, pumpkin and hot fudge would be a delicious gelato. Just saying. Yeah.
So good.
Do I have to put cookie dough in the fridge before baking. Why or why not?
Okay. So yes and no. So if you fully melt your butter, yes. If you don't fully melt your butter and you only partially melt your butter and then you mix it so it gets a little bit soupier, no. And if it's sugar cookie dough, any recipe that tells you sugar cookie dough should go in your refrigerator, it's a bad recipe. Don't do it. The problem with putting your sugar cookie dough or any cookie dough in the refrigerator is you're drawing out your moisture, and that's not good. People think, oh, I'm getting it moist, putting it in the refrigerator. No, it's just getting dry. You don't want to do that. No, no. I'm sorry. No, don't put it in your refrigerator unless it's a fridge box cookie or like a crinkle cookie that you have to. If it's like sugar cookie, chocolate chip, peanut butter, no.
I wouldn't either.
You're just making it dry. And you're sucking in every flavor that's in your refrigerator into that cookie.
Stephanie says, really? Silicone is bad?
Okay, so silicone, you're not getting a true bake on the bottom of your cookie. Yes, it's good for certain things, but you want that true bake you only want a thin layer of between your pan and your cookie. And the metal pans actually help your cookie cook, whereas that silicone is picking up and spreading it out. So that's why a lot of people that bake with silicone, the bottom of their cookies stay too moist. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing because I'm going to tell you a story. So we were trying to do healthy cooking. So I'm like, I'll use the almond flour. I'll do, yeah, you know me, the healthy. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I know how to make cookies. This is good. And I'm using little scoop. And I'm like, John always puts it on the damn silicone. I'm like, I've never done it, so I'm just gonna try it because I was trying to make something nice for him when he got home. So blah blah blah, and I'm following. I'm like, this looks too close. I don't know what's gonna happen. So then I put it in the oven. Like 10 minutes in, I don't have cookies. I have one big ass cookie. One big ass cookie. And please hold, callers. Please hold. All right. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me because I'm running.
If he was one cookie, say he only ate.
What I had to do was I had to take, as it was coming out of the oven, I took it out of the oven, and you know the little that you take the glass and you make a little circle. So I'm like, well, shit. So I made little circles. Okay, I mean, all right.
Those look good.
Yeah. But what do you do with the extra pieces that after you cut out the circle? Because it was a big freaking square. That's all it was. It was a big square. So yeah. Well, then I'm like, oh, I'll just put them on a plate, like a little thing, whatever. And the next day I get up and I'm like, oh, this might be good. Like I'll use the crumbs for something. John ate ate the whole freaking thing. Ate the whole crumble. Just sharing. Okay. Ginger says, make sure you use a large can of pumpkin. Yes. Did you make them? Not yet. I'm going to make them tomorrow. Mondays and Tuesdays are John's day off, so I want him to bake with me. So I thought that would be fun to do. Margie says that makes sense. Thank you. Oh, evaporated milk. Pardon. I said condensed. I meant evaporated.
No, it's evaporated. Yeah, only use one. You're gonna have way too much leftover too if you use
What's your Insta name? Dina wants to know.
_Bailey Cakes 2. Same as YouTube.
Same as you, and same as TikTok.
Yep.
Guys, go follow her on TikTok. Okay. Do you do all your cooking at home?
Yes. I have a gentleman that I do his catering orders, and when I do his catering orders, I'm talking like 600 brownies at a time. I will go to his kitchen and cook, but my 1982 crappy little stove, her name's Gwendolyn. She's my buddy. I adore her, and I never want a new fancy one because I know her.
Right. And I love that you named her.
Bertha's my mixer. She's failing on me really fast.
I have a Bertha too. Hang on, let me show you Bertha. Hang on. There's Bertha. Bertha's right here. Bertha, and then we've got Boris, and we've got Gertrude. These are all, and don't forget Tiny Tim over there. I got those crystal skulls from my friend Ginger.
And this is Guinevere. I also have Philip and Leonard, but Leonard keeps on trying to kill me every time I walk up the stairs. He flips off. So Philip
I
and
just
Leonard
love
are in
you.
a timeout currently.
I just love you. Serena says, good, because I hate being late. He makes gelato. I just show up and look pretty. You're cute. Ronnie says this. Can you share tips on using almond flour or coconut flour, organic alternatives, live gum or aluminum-free baking powder?
Okay. So the best way to do with almond flour or coconut flours, you need to mill it again. If you just go straight from using your packaged almond or coconut flour, it's got a moisture to it and it's clumpy. You need to pop it in your food processor to fluff it up and to kind of dry it out. And that so measure out what you need to use and then pop it in a food processor for like 3 minutes and it's going to be your buddy. Also you probably need xanthium gum or what is it? You need an additive to it that's going to help be glutinous for it. And 95% of the types of baking sodas and baking powders you need to use are a 1-to-1. Just make sure you keep them in an airtight container and do not refrigerate them. Just don't.
Astrid says, don't block me. Do you have gluten-free recipes?
Every single one of my recipes can be made gluten-free. Every single one of them. And if you need to go even diabetic friendly, monk fruit sugar is your buddy. But I know it's a little bit more expensive, but Red Mill's gluten-free flour is a 1-to-1 flour and you need no additives. It is possibly the best one to bake with. And it is a great baking flour. Would I cook with it? No, I would bake with it. Hands down.
Hands down.
Everything.
You're cute.
And even, my dear, in the back of my book, there is a section called Bake It Better back here. And there is a whole, and to the gentleman that asked about changing baking sodas and baking powders, there's cornstarch substitutions for allergy people, flour substitutions and measurements, egg substitutions and measurements. And then, so it's all here. I give you everything and I base it on the best ones to use.
I love it. Here's an interesting question from Cheryl, that's making the lock. That's tonight. If you have frozen cookie dough, do you have to totally defrost before baking?
It depends on the cookie dough and what form you put it in. Like if you're doing sugar cookie dough, flatten it out and then cut them and then you can cut it while it's still frozen. But if it's chocolate chip cookie dough, peanut butter cookie dough, or a cookie dough like that, and you roll it in balls, then no, you can go straight to baking.
Okay. So Ginger, you just asked a question. Do you make macaroons? Look at these. Coconut.
Well, that's the American macaroon. If you want a macaron, that is the French flaky cookie. And yes, I do. And I have a whole series coming out on my YouTube where I break down every ingredient and every step on how to do it, because they are a hard cookie to learn, but once you learn, you'll feel amazing. So those are being posted this week.
Bob's Red Mill is near Portland. Oh, cool. Now, Serena, because your husband Emilio is Italiano, what is your favorite Italian cookie?
Yes, I need to know that.
Yeah, because there is something, it's really good. It's almost like a and Americans will say biscotti, a biscotte, right? Biscotte. So there's something that we use. I always used to call it the funeral cookie. It's not.
Yes.
But do you know what
yes. My grandmother was Italian, so I'm part Italian. Yes.
Okay. But the Greek people always would make this. It's like a shortbread cookie that is so good. And it's you dunk it in the coffee. It's really good.
Yep.
Cranberry almond biscuit. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Really good. That sounds good. Really good. I also have to tell you that I asked Serena if her husband makes limoncello, and she's like, yes. I'm like, girl, I'm all there. I'm all over it. You all know that I really don't drink. Everybody, if you don't know this, I really don't drink. I can smell a wine cork and get a little buzz. Half a glass. Look at that.
For 2 years.
What?
You want to talk about probably like 30 proof right now? I make my own to bake with.
Wow. I love that.
Yep.
I don't usually like Italian cookies, but that funeral cookie is my favorite too. We just made biscotto. Oh my God.
All
I
right,
love
Sienna,
gelato.
is that what it's technically called? Because that's what I grew up calling it, was the funeral cookie. Like that's what you know it for, because they were always at funerals.
Look at Ginger. Ginger, I didn't know you made limoncello from Myers
You have a
Lemons.
lemon tree.
What?
Can we be best friends? Oh,
She lives in Arizona. She lives in Arizona. Okay.
Ginger, send me lemons. I'll send you Portillos. I don't know.
Oh, girl, I miss the Portillos. I miss the Portillos cake.
I make Portillo's cake.
Okay. All right. Okay. Look at Cheryl. Cheryl, chocolate chip raisin pistachio. What?
Oh, I bet you that's good with a golden raisin in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now Stephanie wants lemon bars. I get it. Guys, my friend Elle, she's here from California, guys, and you've heard me talk about her. We prayed for her. We need to continue prayers. You all know that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's having her surgery on the 20th. So if we could say a little prayer for her, keep her in your prayers. That's great. Al's claim to fame. And this is so funny because I've called Elle E before and she's called me E before. And it's like E and E, thanks. And I'm like, well, you got half the name, like L, Elias, we're there. But she's like, she was the full-time extra on Saved by the Bell. She's the only short, little, cute Filipino girl.
I am
Saved by the L.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ginger said this is so
I
fun.
grew up with Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Everybody loves to cook. If you don't like to cook, you like to eat. So it is, guys, let's do this. Let's do it. All right, tell them, because we're getting close to our time. Tell them what you're doing for people, and I'll tell them what I'm doing for people.
Okay, so if you purchase my book today, I'm going to rant. So I don't just have a book. I have aprons. I don't have any made right now because I make them to order. I also have these amazing stickers. So if you follow me, what I say
Go ahead.
is, oh, taste testers. Whenever I call my daughters down, I'm like, oh, taste testers. So I have my little cupcake. And then I have my Haybakers. It's my little thing. And if you notice, not everybody notices. If you notice the E's, what do the E's look like? They're threes for my little company, my little sweet three. And I have buttons and stuff. So for anybody that orders my cookbook today, I'm going to throw some super surprises in there. And then I'll randomly toss in 5 free aprons to some randos that purchase my book. So
John's home. John's home.
I couldn't tell.
Willow. Okay, let her smell your coffee. There you go.
Which is, because Willow is going, Rudy be like, I hear a dog.
Yeah, no. And Harry's just gets excited because he's part lab. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is, here's what Heather says. Ossi de morti, crunchy bones of the dead, chestnuts and almonds with warming spices. What?
Okay, Heather, I'm going to make those. Ossi de morti. Gotta write that down.
So you guys are going to go to www.sweet, SWEET, 3s.com. Okay, that's where you're gonna go to order Bailey's book. And there it is, and here it is, so you guys can see it. Now, what I'm gonna do is for the first 3 people that order her book, I'm going to give you a 15-minute read with me. So Bailey will email me and let me know who the first 3 people are. And if there are 7 of you that order the book, that number 7 person, whoever it is, she'll pick. You have to have 7. You'll pick one out of the 7, out of the 34 of you that are watching. One of the 7 of you will win a half an hour reading with me. Bailey gets to pick. Okay.
So fun.
I have to thank you so much for being on here. And I want you to hold the thought because I want to talk to you after we're off air. But they can find you on TikTok. They can find you on Instagram. They can find you on Facebook. And where else?
YouTube.
And YouTube. So guys, please, it's so important that we support each other. That's what community is. And Willow said yes because she's so excited. So excited. Dina says, my mom would let us lick the beater spools, and sometimes if she was in a good mood, she would unplug the beater.
Your mom is my hero.
That's the best. That's the best. Rana's gonna have to watch the replay. You're gonna love the replay. And Tina, you need community, girl. We're all about it.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is about. It's not about the woo-woo. It is and it isn't. It's not about the baking. It is and it isn't. Here's the thing. It's about how can we be the best people that we can be to inspire others to believe that God, universe, spirit, or like my one friend says, Gus, how Gus comes in and just we need to hear how we're being inspired. And like Bailey said, and like I say, our F-ups help us to teach better because we've been there and we don't have all the answers. We really don't. But it is awesome. Cheryl says, just bought it.
I just got that. My thing, two people just, I keep on getting these like pings.
Okay, let's keep on going, guys. Let's hit it up. Thank you for the awesome tips. I love your high energy and light. Excellent. Thank you, guys. You're welcome. I like the Gus. I know, me too. Ordered. Oh, you got another one. Not a girl. Not a girl. Come on, guys. This is her dream, everybody. This is her dream. Guys, you will not be sorry. Why do I feel like we're on a PBS special? You know, where it's like, remember? WTTW. Here you go. Come on. Order before midnight tonight. Come on, guys. You know, make it ring. We got to do it. We got to do it. Bing, 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 bing. Look at this. Kim just ordered too.
You guys, I can't. If I can leave you with one thing, like I grew up where it was survival. It wasn't dreams. It wasn't being you. It was I survived. And so much of this world is like, oh, look at this 16-year-old following her dreams. Look at the 8-year-old doing this. Why can't it be a 42-year-old woman that survived that now has Lisa? That's my best friend, Lisa, the one I always talk about from the military. Oh my God, Lisa, I love you. But why can't it be the woman that raises her kids, that supported her husband, that now has a dream? Why can't she do it? Why can't it be the person that wasn't told that they'd ever make it in the world? Why can't it be me? And if I'm 100%, if I say, if this is as far as I get, if I don't make it on a baking show, if I don't make it on, I succeeded. I have fulfilled everything I've ever wanted to do. And if this is where I plateau, well, God damn it, it is the most magical plateau I've ever been on. And I'm happy to stay here.
And that's why our energies work so well, because I'm the same way. You know, if my book doesn't make bestseller, if my book, if I'm not on that Celebrate Your Life stage again, I had the ability to be on that stage. I got to speak. I've changed my life. I'm hoping to inspire others to change life. And I know that this isn't where you and I are stopping. I know that for a fact because we believe it in here and we just need a platform to share the hopes and dreams for other people. And that's the important piece. Look at Haley just ordered. I didn't grow up at a home that made things from scratch, and this will be fun for my son and I to do together. Thank you. Margie says, I love this community. Serena, supplies are limited. Website again, girl. The website is www.sweet3s.com. I'm putting it in here. Hey, Jeremy, you know what? You just came on, but Jeremy, hit a brother up and do a sister a favor. Go ahead and order. Let's get our bake on. You can do this. You will not be. Where to buy it, Debbie? You go to www.sweet3s.com. And the first 3 people are getting, oh, that's good. Why didn't I see that part? Oh, because it's in the back. That's all right. Yeah, this is a little clueless that sometimes. I was like, because I didn't get to the last page, everybody. It's the index of recipes. Why didn't I go there? Because I like to look. I'm like, oh my God. I think what I stopped at was like, I was like, oh my God, I've never made bread before. Can you believe it? I've never made bread ever.
Now
Ever
you
made.
got
And look at this, guys. Dairy-free pumpkin loaf. What the what? I think you're a pumpkin lover like I am.
and it's funny, I've never been, and I like secretly like found out I like it. It's weird because I
Yeah.
don't want to be one of those like basic girls like, oh my God, it's pumpkin season. No.
No. And you guys, look at this. Caramel glazed apple cider donuts. I think it's a Chicago thing that we're all like into the apple donut thing.
I
don't
think
know.
I don't know because it's like if you don't go apple picking or eat cider donuts during this
I don't know.
season, like you're not
Where
from
do
the
you
Midwest.
where do you go apple picking? We used to have to go like by
We
our
go way out. We go to a farm that's like an hour away from us because everything else is so like congested and like a ripoff. That
Yeah.
like, I am not paying $42 for a tiny bag of apples. I go to a place that you get a whole peck, and if I could advertise them, I would because I don't remember what they're called.
I get it. Nicole just ordered. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Oh my
guys.
God, you guys,
Guys,
I can't say thank you enough. And if I can leave you with one thing, it's you're never too old. You're never too loud. You're never too much. You are exactly the amount that you are meant to be. You be as loud as you want, be as much as you want, and never, ever, ever let anybody tell you you're too bright. Wear the bright colors, be the bright person, be the loudest one in the room. And I can tell you, every time I go somewhere, I have another mom being like, "Oh, I heard you in the grocery store." Good. Good. You didn't see my ass. You heard my butt.
right.
Like,
Have you ever heard of my friend Gina Hatsis?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, ready? Wait, let me show you.
Oh, I'm good. I'm writing that down.
Okay. Bailey, her video, I've had her on my live before. She's half Greek, half Italian. And her video, 50 million views in 24 hours.
I'm gonna go watch it.
She was told she was too big, too fat, too loud, too sensuous, too much. And so she did this thing about too much woman. So Nicole says, in Michigan, we have apple orchards. I know. And guess what? Back in the 70s, y'all, do you remember when the plums were really good back in the 70s when they were like dark purple inside? I don't know what this whole like light yellow orange color is in the middle, but those plums were so good and so juicy. You've never heard of an apple donut? What? I think it's a Midwestern thing.
Oh, girl, honey, like my heart hurts for you. Apple cider donuts are like what you eat.
Yeah, apple fritter.
You are in the fall.
Not the same. Apple fritter is not the same as an apple donut.
Nope.
No, look at both of us. No. Crap. I never changed my address on Apple Card. I ordered 2. What? Okay, you can give one to as a gift. Right. Guys, thank you for being here. Couple things. Astrid, get ready. Astrid's my secret Santa snitcher. Actually, I am, but we might as well blame it on her.
I was gonna say, wait a second, isn't that you?
Okay, what do we got going on? So tonight, come back here tonight, guys, 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do guided meditation tonight. Also, 3 o'clock Pacific time on TikTok. Remember, it's Super Sassy Psychic Sunday. You never know what's going to come out of this mouth. So it is my favorite too. On Wednesday, the 21st, on December 20th, we all have to support Danielle and Jody. So that's at 4:30 Pacific time. Come here for Secret Santa. And then I'll just say one of the people that's on here in this room is my Secret Santa on the 21st. It's normally, if you got off of work an hour early from Dolly Parton's time, that's what time you want to be on here, Pacific time. Okay. What else? I might have a surprise on the 22nd, and I'll tell you on the 22nd, we have 2 Secret Santas, one at 11 Pacific and one at 7 p.m. I'm just telling you because Astrid's going to find out anyway. And then the next thing is, if you're alone on Christmas, don't be alone. Please, please, please come Zoom for the holidays with me. Anybody that, we're going to talk about food. We're going to talk for an hour and a half. I've done this since COVID. Just Zoom with the holidays for me. And, it'll be fun. Bring your recipe, bring your food, bring your drink on, and we'll talk. Not that we're ever really know what's coming out of that mouth. You got that right, sister. I love you already. You never know. You never know. So thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. So if you missed this, watch the replay. Remember, first three people get a 15-minute read with me. If there's 7 books ordered, 7.
There were 14.
What? Oh my God. Thanks, guys. You know what? I'm just going to ask, can we make it a 15? Can we make it 15? Come on. Somebody make it a 15. Jeremy, make it a 15. Make a 15. Come buy the book, you guys. You will not. Why? I do feel like it's WTTW. Let's go. Come on. Go ahead. And I mean, look, you can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong. So I'm so excited. I bought a gift for myself today. Yay! Way to go, Haley. And guys, if I can tell you, if you're having the issue with loving self, come to the next retreat. It's really about finding the balance, right? Empowering self through self-love, healthy boundaries, and worthiness. And the piece that we forget is our ancestral pattern. Whether you're adopted or not, Bailey and I both being adopted, we not only have our adopted parents stuff, but we also have our birth parent stuff. We're going to cut that crap out. We're going to break the mold and do it. It's in Madison, Virginia. And yes, I will do another Midwestern retreat. And yes, I'll do a Pacific Northwest. We just got to find that. Kelly, you're not a terrible
baker.
No. Bailey, can I email you my correct address? Of course you can.
Just message me on one of my things and we'll be all good. It'll all figure itself out.
She bought 2 books. So thank you. And a Southwestern retreat. Yes, ma'am.
We just made it to 15 books sold.
Oh my God. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
And I'm randomly throwing aprons into some boxes and some stickers and stuff. Everybody that bought today is going to get a little surprise in their box.
Awesome. Now, guys, we'll have Bailey come. Will you come back?
100%. Awesome. I need to totally do the Be Loud, like whatever you called it. Like, I'm all about that.
I like it. I think it'd be really good to do a workshop about turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume and be loud. Oh, we could also do okay. My brain always starts thinking. All right. Guys, thanks for being here. Bailey, hold the phone. Remember, guys, 3:00 today on TikTok Pacific time, 7:00 Facebook, and then 8:30 for Super Sassy Psychic Sunday on TikTok. All right. As always, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There's unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. And thank you so much for supporting a wonderful woman like Bailey.
Thank you guys for everything.